What's going on, everybody? It's Rick from Worms with Rick. This is my natural bedding bin. I have some more bedding to add on the side there, but we can check the feeding area out first. And, ooh, I see a nice, beautiful worm. They love hanging out in this burlap. The burlap kind of keeps ripping off of the main piece. I'm still seeing some of this celery, it looks like, unless this guy's starting to grow, which we'll dig in and start to see here. Wow, that's pretty cool. So you can definitely see the moistures, right? Because this stalk of celery is starting to grow. That's awesome. When I seen the celery, I wasn't real happy at first because the other week there was a ton of little pieces still in here. So the one thing with this type bin, I just try to always get down to the very bottom, and if there's anything packed, I try to just break it up. It's good to kind of get all that biology mixed together, but B, I'm not going to go ahead and have compaction as much in this bin. And you can still see there's some leaves kind of floating around, so I'm going to add my extra bedding to the bin. So I have that mushroom substrate. It's like straw. I have water to moisten it. And I like to add some of the castings into the leaves and incorporate that so it starts to add that biology right to the fresh bedding. Oh great, there's the pumpkin stem with the little worm squirming right on through. Okay, I want to go ahead and mix this other side up a little bit just to see how everything's breaking down over here. Yeah, it's looking great. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of leaves to the feeding area because I didn't have time to pull out my one bag of food. So I want to kind of insulate the worms from the frozen food. This was spinach. Like that was a piece of straw. So I don't want to put any worms directly on it. There's that. I still have a bunch of those citrus peels. So I'll add a decent amount to there too. And then I'm going to add some grit for the worms. I have azomite powder here. I like to add that to the worm bin to help with trace minerals. and this will help the garden out and also the worms. I like to add ground eggshell for a grit for the worms as well. Just another item that I get to keep out of the landfill by grinding it up and feeding it to my worms. And then I'll top it just with a little bit more of the shredded leaves. And then I'll remember that I didn't put the other stuff in, so haha, pumpkin stem and my newly growing celery stalk. On top of the feeding area, I do like to add a little worm chow. This is going to help give the worms a little food right now. When the bin goes ahead and starts to get the bacteria to break the food scraps down, the worms will go after the food, but it's going to take a little bit of time for that to happen. So as they're crawling around, they can go ahead and kind of nibble on this worm chow. It is expired ground oats, flour, cornmeal, and a little bit of pulverized eggshell. And then right back on top of the feeding area, I like to put the pieces of the burlap bag that have ripped off. I'll go ahead, as soon as I finish the video, put the rest of the burlap and the bubble wrap back on. If you guys enjoy the all natural bedding bin, let me know down in the comments. If you guys have any questions, drop them down there too. Thanks for coming along and checking out the video. Everybody have a great day.